Hello all you bladers, and what if we took Orb Aegis Outer Quest, one of the weirdest Beyblades in Beyblade Burst Turbo, and took its trash driver, light disc, and gave it a much heavier disc and wheel with higher weight distribution all around, and the bearing Mobius driver, which essentially replicates the Quest driver because it likes to, spin on its axis in the stadium, and it likes to just not fall over like the Quest driver, plus it has the general height advantage, so you'll see it's kind of just like twisting there, and obviously it didn't stay upright because of just how it's shaped here, but we're going to see how this upgrade performs in battle, and see how it works. Fornius is really going aggressive here. Twisted this, well, I don't even know what happened, how the stadium twisted, but let's really pushing against Egis. Of course, Egis with wheel is, well, no match for Fornius because Fornius is just so much lighter, but let's go ahead and give that a second attempt. Let's see if Fornius can take it out this time. Curious because bearing Mobius normally doesn't stall around the edge this much. It might be Aegis, it might be maybe the driver is getting a little bit more worn. I'm curious as to why that is, but it definitely outspun that pretty handily. Now, if you want to get, ideally, just some bursts, let's take Slash out and just give it some effect. Yeah, pretty easily. You always want to get that this fun burst with Slash Valkyrie anytime you're doing Turbo, GT, or Super King. Do it. Now that was a little bit too aggressive for my taste. That was just a little bit too harsh on Valkyrie. And speaking of Valkyrie, because that was such a humiliating defeat, let's see if Chozy Valkyrie can avenge it. And it definitely bursted that bursted very easily. Definitely took revenge. Well, let's get that a third attempt. The burst stoppers are all out, so it's like max attack stats. Egis it's smart now. It knows Valkyrie can take it out, so it's gonna try and get the angles, go on the edge, use the Quest bearing Mobius driver in this case to kind of tilt. And it's still, well, it didn't take as many clicks that time. That was 1 click, which is 3 clicks away from bursting. But let's say a 4th time. Yeah, it's definitely, it knows what's happening now. It knows Valkyrie's tricks. It knows you can't hit Valkyrie in a direct smash attack because that evolution driver, it'll smack you out of the stadium if it rides the ridge fast enough. Now, speaking of some, well, I didn't really say that, but speaking of some weak bays, at least for this, let's try Legend Spriggan, see if I can take it out. I was going to say, let's try Legend Spriggan. And clearly I shouldn't have said that, because Legend Spriggan manages to burst a bay almost 2 years ahead of its release. Orb Aegis. That is insane. Now let's try Orb Aegis against Buster Excalibur, which should also burst it clear, but it's getting the angle. You see, it knows Valkyrie's tricks. Yeah, Egis knows what's going on now. It went up against Valkyrie, and it's like, I know your tricks, man. I know what you're gonna do. I know Excalibur's tricks. The question is, do you know Spriggan's tricks? A little bit more aggressive than your normal Spriggan because it is in stamina mode, which is like a fusion driver, so They should have just called it balance mode. Or defense mode's the actual stamina mode, and attack mode is really just not useful at all. And Spriggan is taken out very, very easily by Orb Aegis with wheel. 2 clicks, which is pretty close to bursting. Now, let's go ahead and give Nightmare Longinus a try. Let's go ahead and give Nightmare Longinus a second try, even though we're already having it in the stadium. The idea is that it should be able to maybe outspin it, because, well, that Orb Aegis should be able to outspin it. At least that's what should happen. And, yep, it outspins it, barely, but it does outspin it. It should have outspun it a lot clearer, but I guess Aegis is small compared to the disc, and that's not really what you want with a driver like Bearing Mobius. Let's try it against Rage. It's very lucky it survived there. I have to like twist my arm to get in the pockets, but it's very lucky that Rage didn't kill it there, because it could have. Achilles, not hitting nearly as hard as the other one, because it's a lot lighter, obviously. Now, speaking of Achilles, let's actually get Chozy Achilles out of the bucket of bays we have here, and try it out against this. Yeah, that wasted its stamina. I would have preferred those attacks to go towards Aegis, at least for Achilles' sake, but the good thing is it did have the burst stop route, which kind of saved it, because if it didn't, it was about 1 click away from bursting. 1 and very tiny clicks away from bursting. Let's try it a second time. This is low mode. This is low balance mode, specifically, although balance mode when worn on Dimension is just a low attack mode with rubber, which really doesn't help because the original attack mode is like Zephyr anyway, and that's already aggressive enough. Yeah, speaking of attack, Achilles is very worn with the teeth. I've had Achilles for almost 5 years at this point. Like, I had it in the beginning of end of 2019, so very, very long time. I've used this bay a lot. I've used this bay a lot. Its teeth are very, very worn, especially even if the burst stoppers don't come out. It bursts relatively easily. Now, Achilles will have a revenge. See it, Union. Yeah, I was gonna guess that might not have happened, because Union Achilles is generally a pretty tough bay, but I guess Aegis with this upgrade is just too tough for it. So let's try that again. Stamina mode, by the way, it's in, I believe it's in off balance mode actually, the convert disc, and sword mode, obviously. Actually, no, the convert disc is probably in balance mode. It would be crazy off balance if it wasn't. And Aegis was just using that Mobius driver to its advantage, getting underneath Achilles, and it will take the outspin just by a little bit there. And I think we're gonna try some battles against Brave. Hopefully it doesn't destroy it, and we're gonna do Rage as well later. This is scary, man. You know, I didn't launch as hard as I could have, I realize that now, but I expect Brave to beat it up, at least after this round, because, again, didn't launch as hard as I naturally could have. I wonder, can you see Rage from this camera angle? I'm curious. Yeah, you could probably see it. You just can't see this, like, third pocket out here, which is kind of annoying, but not really, because I don't really do anything with it anyway. Brave set has some pretty impressive stamina, although it is a bit heavier than Orb Aegis. I'm telling you, Evolution Dash, you gotta use it. Yeah, okay, we're gonna try that again, because we want the hacks, we want the hits, we want the smacks. You know what, I'm just gonna leave it now. happens with Valkyrie. Yeah, okay, sorry, this is annoying, probably, but I'm not gonna try to actually do it properly. Yeah, it's very simple, controlling evolution dash, obviously. Yeah, okay. I kind of figured that would happen. I actually recorded this video before. This is my second time recording it because I might have done a community post at this point in time where I like showed a picture of the bays and said I recorded it, and it got like a lot of bursts, but it didn't record the camera. I forgot to press record. So Brave actually burst it like one shot in the first battle in that one. But yeah, I'm just doing this a second time now. It's weird, sometimes. Okay, it's clearly, it's gonna hit, right? It's gotta hit, it's just like, okay, there we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Brave is just, no matter the combination, Brave is just, it's a powerhouse. Brave is underrated, but people say it's, oh, well, I wouldn't say it's underrated, it's just, it's not overrated. People say it's overrated, it is not overrated. It goes head to head with Rage, like head to head. The only reason Rage wins is because of Destroy. It's very good, the stock combo, and the parts. Like besides Brave, which Brave still works nice with the combo, and you can use this and get some nice knockouts and anti-attacks and sparking against competitive stuff. It's just 2A and Evolution Dash are S tier parts in my opinion, and probably based on competitive too. Let's try this again. Yeah, so now that we have it in the stadium, let's do one final round against Rage. I said, let's do one final round against Rage. Yeah, even if Orb Aegis is spinning slowly, Rage is gonna knock it out, and I think we're gonna end it off there, just cause. And that is the bays we battled against. Just throw them in here. And that is the Orb Aegis little upgrade thing. Wanted to try it out. I just was recording a what was it? I was actually doing a Orb Aegis evolution, which I may or may not have uploaded at this point. But right now I'm not really doing anything, so just recording some stuff. I thought of this upgrade to do, and it turned out to be pretty good, although I didn't really do it against its level bays. You can't really put a turbo bay with wheel against other turbo bays, although it did do pretty well against Union and as well, given against Slash. Got beaten up by Rage and Brave, but yeah, that will be it. And that's it for this video. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and don't forget to keep on blading.